Even if it was a hoax, this is really happening all the time. And even if it was a hoax for the sake of bringing attention to this, then I'm like, that's low-key noble.
That's right. What Jussie Smollett did was low-key noble.
And I want a little gay boy who might watch this to see that I fought back.
You heard me. Low-key noble. Faking a ridiculous hate crime for the sake of gaining victim points to help launch your music career is low-key noble. I mean, it shines a light on all the other thousands of instances where famous gay black actors get nooses thrown around their necks outside Chicago sandwich shops at 3 in the morning by rabid bleach-wielding Trump supporters. Low-key noble. More after this sponsor. Are you using a VPN to watch this video? If you're not, you should be. And you should be using Virtual Shield, one of the most trusted VPNs on the market. With a VPN, you can mask your identity and hide your activity at the click of a button. Whether you're on a public Wi-Fi connection, in a foreign country, or just at home. You can even change your location. This month, Virtual Shield is offering 30% off all VPN plans and all premium add-ons. That's as little as $3 a month. Sign up for a free 30-day trial to Virtual Shield VPN and see what all the hype is about. You've got nothing to lose. So this is an American talk show called The Real. I hadn't heard of it until just recently, which is a shame because some of their hot takes are simply delicious. I think we'll be seeing a bit more of them on this channel. Anyway, this is their recent take on Jussie Smollett being re-indicted for lying to the police about that bogus hate crime last year. You remember the one where he left the noose around his neck until the cops showed up, just so they could see it.
So I explained to them how you were going to get something in. And the reason I called it because of this shit. Okay.
You want to take it off or anything?
Yeah, I do.
Did you want to take the noose off there, bud?
There's a leech on me. Okay. You're filming us, right?
Yeah, this is all day. If you want, if it's in his house.
They're filming you.
Yeah, just pop the noose on the table here, matey. We've seen it. You've worn it long enough.
You're being audio and
Like audio. I guess when I mean, they didn't know when they were walking into the door.
Yeah, so like I was saying, here's The Real's take on the Jussie Smollett situation.
Jussie Smollett is back.
What the fuck was that noise they opened with? It was like one of the larger ladies was trying to force down a very ambitious last bite of a hot dog.
Jussie Smollett is back in the news, you guys. Yesterday, after an investigation by Special Prosecutor Dan Webb, Jussie was indicted by a grand jury on 6 felony charges, which include filing false police reports and staging a hate crime.
Well, that's fantastic news, because as we know, he did do those 2 things. Great chat, catch ya. Oh wait, there's more? Okay.
This is now the second time that Jussie's been indicted. Last year, a grand jury indicted him on 16 counts. However, those charges ended up being dropped. And even though no new evidence has been presented in regards to Jussie's innocence...
Well, evidence is usually presented in regards to someone's guilt, not innocence. But anyway, go on.
Which he has always maintained. I mean, we've talked about this multiple times on the show. Jussie will be arraigned on February 24th, you guys. And he faces up to 3 years in prison. If convicted. Again, if convicted.
Well, good. I'd love to see Jussie spend 3 years in prison.
This confuses me.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Well, it's really simple. If you commit a crime and get convicted, then you get punished. One form of punishment can be serving time in prison. It's really not that confusing when you think about it.
Yeah,
I don't think this is about Jussie. I think it's about Kim Foxx, who is the Cook County State Attorney, which is the second largest prosecutor in the country. She originally dropped the 16 charges.
She dropped the 16 charges in exchange for the forfeiture of Jussie's $100,000 bond and some community service. If Jussie was innocent, why would he agree to pay $100 grand and do some community service?
And she's up for re-election in 30 days. So I think this is more about her.
Yeah, I think this is more of a case between the county of Cook and Kim Foxx because they were pissed that those charges were dropped. When she did drop the charges, there was a lot of controversy, around it. It became very controversial.
Yeah, because a fucking celebrity, the gay Tupac, if you will, got to skirt his way around justice for $100,000 and some community service. Fuck that.
And even though that could be true, it was confusing when all of a sudden the charges were just dropped, so we don't have a verdict. And for me, I'm very passionate about this because to this day, there are people in the LGBTQ community risking their lives and getting hurt, harmed, or killed on the daily for just living their life.
In real life.
And I've actually lost friends to these attacks in San Francisco, so I just want to say,
To these attacks, what, fake fucking hate crimes?
if he really did do this to manifest it for attention, then it is a heinous thing to do, and he has to pay the price.
But he is never.
And if he didn't,
He hasn't admitted to that.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That Asian bird ended up making a fair point. And of course he hasn't fucking admitted it, because he was offered a chance to simply pay $100,000 and do some community service to avoid admitting it. Now some special prosecutor has looked at the file and said, nah, fuck that. This is bullshit. Let's re-indict him. And that's a good thing.
right, and if he didn't, then he is owed an apology because he's getting dragged through this.
But
and
my
that
thing is,
also
why
unfair.
aren't they bringing charges against the two brothers?
Well, I think
Why aren't they bringing charges against all the white people that call the cops for BS every single day?
Oh, those fucking white people. Well, listen, love, if a white person staged a hate crime like this, then they should have the book thrown at them. I mean, can you name any instance of a white person doing that, then getting away with it because they're white?
And there's that too. The whole issue.
Every single day.
So, the only thing I just want to avoid is that this has to be laid to rest because we cannot put a culture out there where it becomes harder for us to believe victims that this has really happened.
Yeah, fair point. Also, we can't just sit by and accept someone trying to inflame tensions between races. Plus, we can't allow people to waste taxpayer resources. There's heaps of reasons why we can't allow people like Jussie to do things like Jussie did. But this bitch be like, yeah, whatever, Jussie didn't do nothing wrong. When what she really means is Jussie is black, just like me. So I don't want to see him get in trouble. If Jussie was white and made up some shit about being attacked by Black Lives Matter people, she'd be out for blood.
Even if it was a hoax, this is really happening all the time.
No, it's not. What the fuck are you talking about?
And even if it was a hoax for the sake of bringing attention to this, then I'm like, that's low-key noble. Like, I'm at my wit's end about us censoring situations like this and wanting to make people have to pay.
Did she say censoring situations like this? What the fuck does that even mean? Anyway, this bitch be crazy. Jussie deserves to be hauled back into court, and I'll fucking catch you later.
Recession!